We're joined by Lauren from Outback to see who's been nominated for the 2025 Camplify Owner Awards. How are you, Lauren? Thank you for joining us and congratulations.
Thank you. I'm good. Thanks for meeting with me today.
That's my pleasure, actually. Hey, how did you first hear about Camplify?
So we had done a lap of Australia in 2027
Mm-hmm.
and weren't really sure what to do with our van. And someone said, "Why don't you hire it?" And I thought that was the craziest idea I've ever heard in my life. And
Yeah.
then we happened to hear about an owner's information evening down in Brisbane.
Okay.
And so we thought, well, may as well go and check it out and see what it's about. And yeah, that's how we heard of Camplify, and we thought, well, may as well give it a go and see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've definitely given it a go. You joined us in February 2018,
Yeah.
and you now have 21 vehicles. And I think in total you've had over 40 with us that you've sort of
Yeah.
cycled through as well. That's
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah. It's been, I have to laugh sometimes because who would have thought?
Yeah. Did you think that
Yeah.
was you sort of be still doing this when you first joined up?
No, I didn't even know caravan hire was a thing before we started this business, really.
What were you doing before?
So I am a gymnastics coach.
No way.
Yeah.
So similar.
Yeah. But I had young kids, and so it was difficult with the hours, and so I was kind of trying to figure out something different. But we had also done a lap of Australia just before that, so we'd kind of
Mhm.
taken a break and done a lap, and then we're going to figure out what next. And this
And
was
then
what next.
yeah. Wow. I mean, would you run us through what sort of vehicles are in your fleet and what you're hiring out at the moment?
So we've got from 16-foot 2-berth right up to a 21-foot 5-berth. That's kind of what we range. All caravans. We've had various things in the past. We've gone through camper trailers, those like wind up swans and eagles, that type of thing. Yeah, pop tops, and we've had hybrids, and we've just settled on hard body caravans now.
Okay. Why is that?
It's easier. there's less moving parts. When it's raining, you're not trying to show somebody how it works in the rain when you've got like an hour to stand outside and try and show them operations of things. And we just kind of wanted to streamline things so that our processes and systems could be really solid.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so we've got a lot of new age. We've got a few other brands as well. But we just found for parts and maintenance and user manuals and just knowing the vans well to keep to a similar product meant we can give a better service.
That's awesome. You obviously know what you're doing. Just looking at
Try
some
to.
statistics. Yeah. I was going to ask you, in the hires that you've done up until today, does anything stand out? But before I say that,
Yeah.
I was just looking at some statistics. You guys have almost done over 2,200 bookings. Do you know that?
Really? I actually didn't know that. No.
That
That's
is,
a lot.
that is an insane amount of booking. I think that might be the most amount of bookings I might have ever stumbled across on our platform.
Really?
Yeah, that's a
That's pretty
huge
cool.
amount. And yeah, you've obviously got quite the legacy with us over the last 7 years.
Yeah.
So yeah, can you tell us? I don't know if you can remember that many bookings or hires, but could you tell us any that stand out or anything that's funny that's happened over the time?
Yeah. So I was thinking about this question and thinking, oh my goodness, how do you even choose? Because there's obviously so many. And I was talking to one of our staff members this week saying, oh, what would be like the hire that stands out the most? And we thought it was actually one from this year.
Okay.
It was raining. We've had a lot of rain this year.
Yeah.
Well, we were delivering to a person's house. They were having family over, and they're an Italian family. Once a year, they have a salami making weekend.
Yeah,
And so,
awesome.
yeah, it's really cool. So the whole family comes over, and we were delivering 2 vans for everyone to stay in. And they have like a whole weekend of making all their salami, and then it gets like shared up throughout the family for the whole year. So I was like, oh, that's really cool. Anyway, we arrived at the property, and it was raining. The ground was so wet. It was on a little bit of a slope, which was fine. We can deal with that. So I started to take the first van down and started slipping. And so it was my husband, Greg, and myself were each towing a van. And Greg said, no, we're going to have to winch this van.
And so So you parked the van and the van just started slipping down the hill.
Yeah, we just realized we're not gonna like, it's fine on the car, but once we take the
Mm.
car off, we just or if we get down too far, we're just not sure. So,
Mm.
hooked up the winch to my car. I was on the top of the driveway and then winched, Greg and the first van down to a spot where it was kind of leveled off a bit,
Oh,
got
so
it secured.
you winched the van down to
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. No, no, no. He was towing, he was reversing down,
All
but we
right.
had disconnected to my car just to kind of give it a bit more grip. More precaution because there was a lake further down the hill. I don't think we've come across a problem that we haven't found a way around yet.
Hey, I'm really hoping the story hasn't ended. Is there more to this story?
We got it all set up and the second van, um, that had a concrete pad in the front of the house, so we managed to swing that van in there and get that on the concrete pad, which was good.
Ideal.
Yeah, and the other one we just had to, chalk a lot, but it was good. By the time we went to pick it up, it had all dried out and it was easier to get in than out, but that was quite memorable.
That's
That's
a
the
great story.
we've
Can
never
I just say, sorry,
we've never
you go.
had to use the winch before, but or I think we have once before, but just because the ground was boggy, but this was
Mm.
one that made me a bit nervous.
I'm like, that's a great story, but I'm so disappointed to hear that the punchline at the end wasn't they gave you like heaps of salami.
I know, right? They did
Surely
give
for
me a tour of the house and showed me all the salami they'd made, but obviously it needs to hang and dry for a while.
no, you can dry it in your house, don't
Yeah.
worry.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah, that
yeah.
was really cool. And I love
That's
that it's like the whole family tradition was all part of that.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Could you tell us, in your experience, what's the biggest benefit of being part of a community like Camplify?
So the support obviously from everyone at Camplify, that's been really good especially when we're starting out and we really had no idea how
Mm,
a hire company even worked.
yeah.
So just kind of learning as we went and figuring things out and having someone to kind of ask questions and be a bit of a sounding board sometimes.
Mhm.
And even the other friends we've made with other owners on the platform, like people who are within our community or closer to us, we've built up really good relationships and we kind of work together and help each other out when we've got like a heavy delivery schedule or something like that. That's been really nice.
Awesome. So you have other owners help you like do
Yeah, and
delivering.
we help them. There's a few that we kind of can call on when we need to, which is really good because some of our delivery days we can be delivering or taking up to 13 vans on and off site in a day. And it is just a bit insane.
Yeah, that's a big operation,
So yeah, it takes quite a bit of military planning.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
But it does. What's one tip you'd give to someone who's just starting, like a new owner? How would you advise they get started with us?
So I would say make sure you have good photos.
Hmm.
Sit down and work out a good process,
Hmm.
like a system for yourself so that you know how you're going to prep your van and hand it over and any of those things, just so that it feels organized and it all feels a bit cohesive.
Awesome. And what do you guys do yourselves to prepare your vehicles ready for hire so that you get that 5-star review?
Yeah, so we spend a lot of time on this because it's important that every hirer feels like they've got the best product and service we can give. So
Uh-huh.
when a van comes back, it gets deep cleaned from top to bottom. Like all the hatches are swept out, everything's repacked. We've got a very specific order that things are packed in. So everything's very organized, very structured throughout the cupboards and the hatches. And we have a list of all the stock that's there. So everything will be restocked. Then the week of or the day or two before, someone will go through the van for a final pre-hire check, just check any maintenance that may have needed to be done. If water tanks need to be filled, we fill water tanks. We check gas bottles and refill those if they need refilling. Depending where the hire is going, if it's a bit of a road trip or somewhere colder, we would throw in extra blankets or check if they need like a 240-volt converter, if they need to plug into a house somewhere, whatever, like just little things
Yeah.
that are relevant to their trip. We'll try and make sure we've thought of all those things for them.
Awesome. It sounds like you're pretty on top of it. You must do with that many vehicles running at the same time.
Yeah, kind of have to be, hey?
Yeah, absolutely. Otherwise, it'd
Yeah.
drive you nuts and you probably miss something.
Yeah, yeah, it's all been trial and error and figuring out like, oh, this is not really working if we have to drive back out somewhere an hour to fix something. So being
Yeah,
organized back at your depot has been the most helpful.
that's so awesome. Whereabouts are you located in Queensland?
We're in Sunshine Coast. um, in a suburb called Sippy Downs that no one knows about really.
All right, cool. And
Close to
in your
Mooloolaba, if you know Mooloolaba, most
all right,
people
yeah, yeah,
know that.
yeah.
Yeah, close there.
And when people pick up their vehicles from you, are there any secret spots or anything close by that you recommend they go and check out?
Oh, we have so many. I think we're in such a good location.
Yeah.
We've just got so many amazing beaches. We've got like farm stays within our
Which is your
doorstep.
favorite
We've got,
beach?
I would say, if you've got little kids, Cotton Tree is amazing. Um, Otherwise, Coolum or Alexandra Headland.
And
We
yeah,
go to different beaches depending what we want, but yeah, there's just so many.
must be nice to have some options around you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Very spoiled where we are.
Yeah. Hey, what has surprised you the most about renting out your vehicle?
What has surprised me? I think how easy it's been. Um, Obviously, there's times where it doesn't feel very easy, but the more systems we put in place and the more processes we refined, it's just become quite seamless, really. And what we've been quite amazed with is how low our damage rate is.
Hmm.
Um, People really do take care of the vans because that was obviously one of the biggest concerns. And you hear that from people all the time, like, oh, people obviously just wreck your vans. But that's really not the case. People really do look after it. And there's always things that go wrong, but it's always fixable. It's never intentional. Like
Yeah.
it's you just go through the process of getting it repaired and it's really pretty simple.
Awesome. What do you guys love the most about the RV sort of caravan camping lifestyle? Do you get to go out at all yourselves, or are you so busy?
Not as often as we'd like, but we try and like sneak in weekends wherever we can. So sometimes we'll go away just locally. And then we can kind of still work while we're away, but at least like we're kind of getting the kids out of it as well. So we really love that kids can just be kids again. Like life is so busy and there's so much tech and so many screens and it's just the way life is now. But if you just get out, the kids can just run free, ride their bikes everywhere. They don't have to worry about where they watching for traffic or not having a backyard. They've got kids and friends everywhere. We really, really love that. And we really like having the opportunity to share what we experienced. So, like, obviously, you've been able to do the lap of Australia. We just realized how amazing this country is. So, being able to share that with everyone has been really good. That's where our name came from because we wanted people to be able to travel from the Outback to the sea.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Sounds like you guys are providing that experience for them with your massive fleet.
Yeah. I hope so.
Yeah. Yeah. And if a friend had asked you, or if a friend asks you, should they list with Camplify, what would you say?
I'll say for sure. Definitely. Just again, just sit down, set up some good processes and then just enjoy it. It is really fun. We love kind of setting up for people. You kind of feel sometimes when you're delivering and setting up, you almost feel like you're on a little holiday yourself. Mid work little break somewhere nice and then you go back to the office afterwards. Yeah, we really love setting up at locations for people.
So what you're saying is that you love what you do, so you haven't worked a day in your life.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Well, we've had a look through, thousands of owners in Australia, and your legacy with us is amazing. You've built such an amazing business, and we appreciate the hard work you've done, the amazing amount of reviews that you've got, and
Yeah,
obviously
thank you.
the amount of work that you've put in hasn't gone unnoticed, and the hirers love you, and everyone at Camplify thinks you guys are amazing, which is why you
Oh,
guys
thank
have
you.
won. You guys have won our 2025 Legacy Owner of the Year award. So congratulations,
Really?
you have.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you deserve it. You've been with us for such a long time, and you have just done a stupid amount of bookings,
Yeah.
and obviously in that time, really given great experience. We just wanted to acknowledge what you've done for our community as well. So thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.